Good afternoon. Welcome to this edition of the 411 Talk Zone radio show. My name is Leon Jones. This afternoon's topic: men don't date or marry single mothers. Now, before I get into the topic, let me give you my definition of what a single mother is, because there are other types of mothers out there as well, and you shouldn't date them as well because they're still raising children. I'm talking about the divorced mother, the widowed mother, and there's another one out called the grandma mom. Now, what is the grandma mom? The grandma mom is basically a grandmother or a mother who has raised her children. Her children have grown. But what happens is her daughter, and this generally happens with daughters, might have a drug problem, or she's not able to raise a child because of some other circumstances. Well, she then takes custody of her grown child's child. Therefore, she now starts to become a mother again, although she is a grandmother now. But that grandma mom could have also been a single mom as well. With that being said, I'm focusing this video more on the single mom. Why? Because there are a number of them out there, and that's across the board. Like I said, I don't do videos that just talk about black women. In fact, all my videos talk about women in general because they all have problems, particularly if they're still raising children. A number of them have the failure to launch syndrome. It's where they don't, or they have the dependent personality disorders, or the empty nest syndrome. They don't want to let go. And then the children, heck, they don't want to leave either. Children make it very difficult on relationships. In fact, with the divorce rate up to 50%, it even climbs higher with second marriages and divorces. Why? Because of children from first marriages. Now, it's not that I don't like children, or it's not that anybody else doesn't like children. But what I'm telling you when it comes to dating, the bottom line you must look at, guys, and you have to reason with yourself. And this is for men who are looking for relationships. Now, if you're looking for somebody to smash, single mom is perfect to smash. Why? Because you hit it and get it and you're out of there. Because, after all, they're not thinking of you anyway. I mean, if you marry this chick, you're always going to play second fiddle. It's too much bullshit that occurs when you marry or date any woman with kids. But if you're looking to get your dick wet, play at your own risk. These are the perfect women to do it. Why? Because they really serve you no other purpose. Because a number of these women think they're God. Now, I'm not saying all. I said a number. So, ladies, don't come on my page with the bullshit. In other words, miss me with the bullshit. I'm calling you out because a number of you who are single mothers do waste our time. And you don't give a damn about wasting our time. You only give a damn about yourself. So that being said, here's why you don't date women who are raising children. They're never available. Face it, when it comes to any type of mother, particularly a single mother, her schedule is never open. In fact, single mothers, and it's happened to me in the past, tend to be very lackluster when it comes to time management. When it comes to dating, they tend to waste your time. Why? Because they cancel dates at the last moment. Something is always getting in her way when it comes to you wanting to spend time with her. Psychologically, she's never there. Why? Because her main focus is herself. Now, notice I didn't say her kids, herself, because a number of these women had children from irresponsible sex. And don't tell me that the man could have used protection, because women have a lot more types of birth control than men. If you as a woman did not use protection and you told him to use protection, I'm going to tell you this. Yeah, it takes two to make a baby. But you, who is the woman, has the ultimate decision power to have the child. And the reason why you didn't get rid of the child is because you wanted the child anyway. And a lot of you want the children thinking that you're going to keep the man. You look at the black community, that's why African American women have the highest out of wedlock rate, and they produce the most single mothers as well. In fact, black women get married less than any other woman. Now, if you look at the ratio of white women to black women, it's more white women out here, but more white women get married. Per capita, less black women get married, but more black women tend to be babies' mothers. Why? Because they pick bad men themselves. Now, they blame the men, but again, if you say the men ain't shit, you got to turn around and look at yourself. You ain't shit. You got to face the facts. Single mothers. That you're just a waste of time to a number of us men. No hurt feelings, but facts. Facts you cannot refute. Also, you are not a priority. Usually, when it comes to any man, you're going to rank dead last. And what I mean dead last, her kids are going to be her priority, her job, her car, her money, her, period. Notice what I said? Everything revolves around her. Hell, even if she has a pet, the pet's going to get more attention and affection than you as a man who wants to get involved with this woman. So again, any man who wants to get involved with a single mother is cutting his own throat. Now, you can fuck her. That's okay. That's it. Smash and dash. Get out of there. Now, I'm not saying all single moms are bad, but when you have children, that lowers your market value as a woman. Period. And most of us, we want our own seed. And again, men, your time is precious. You don't make anyone a priority if she makes you an option. Of course, when it comes to the world has to revolve around her and only her. Single mothers and women with children who are raising children tend to be the most narcissistic bitches out here. Why? Because she often thinks that men have to drop everything to be in her life, not his life, her life. He has to drop his friends, his family, to be around this woman who doesn't think anything of him. They're so selfish, they don't give a damn what a man says or what a man thinks. He's just supposed to give up everything to be with her. Bullshit. And when you do this, guys, you're going to find yourself in a miserable position. Think of you first. What you get out of some of these moms, you get your dick wet. Don't mean to be harsh, but that's what a number of these women are for. These single moms, these other moms are very judgmental. They think that you are supposed to understand them, but they don't have to understand you. Relationship is a give and take. Again, I categorize women in two categories: wife material and fucking material. And that's what single moms are there to do. They're there to relieve yourself in pump and dump, human toilet. Don't mean to be harsh like that, but it's true. We've all gone out with women with kids. They tend to waste our time. And again, time is precious. Then you have to worry about the single mother being emotionally available. That's right. They don't know how to have an intimate connection with a man because, again, her feelings are involved in other people. Again, usually her focus is on her children. Now, also, in addition to dedicating to herself, to her children, a number of single moms and women who are divorced, widowed, or even grandma moms, their heart is really not to that new man. In fact, they really don't want a relationship because their heart is tied to something else, someone else, like the ex. And those feelings for the ex are always going to be there. Believe it or not, guys, I don't care how many times she talks about her baby's daddy. She's fucking her baby's daddy on the low when you're not there. You're just there to provide her with free dinners. Hear her complain. If you hear her complain, you better make sure you're getting your dick sucked and you're getting some pussy from this chick. Because again, time is precious. You don't want to be with somebody who's going to waste your time. But while you're there, you get something out of the deal and you keep it moving. Period. Again, the baby's daddy is always going to be there. Some of these babies' daddies are immature and they're jealous themselves. The baby's daddy is simply going to be there cock blocking you. And believe it or not, guys, that baby's dad still believes that he has a shot at getting back with her. And the kids, they really want the father back in their lives. So you have basically double barrel action. You have the kids that really don't like you, and you have the baby's dad that's there to cock block so he can get back with this woman. Well, be honest, he only wants to fuck this woman like I want to fuck that woman. Because at the end of the day, this baby daddy ain't shit. But he only comes around when you're there to try to stir up trouble. When you have a number of these mothers, if you hear what I'm saying, there's always a pattern. Drama is always following them. You don't want that. That wastes your time. You waste your energy. Don't invest your time in a person who doesn't want to be with you. Period. If you have sex or smash, play at your own risk. Protect yourself. The kids are always working against you. That's right. Again, kids still believe in their little minds that daddy's going to come back home when that's furthest from the truth. So the kid's going to do everything to sabotage that relationship as well because she didn't raise the kids properly. She raised the kids to interfere with her life because, again, a lot of these moms relate to their kids like they relate to their girlfriends. And the kids taught their moms like they taught their friends on the street. There is no parent-child connection. It's all about mom trying to get the children to like them. Mom's trying to give the children her way. This is why you have some of these mothers. If you have any type of argument with these mothers, they're going to sick the kids on you. Because she feels that she is the God and you're nothing. When in essence, she ain't shit. And remember that, guys. You don't let these mothers dictate you. Especially if they don't have a car or money and a house. Because many of them, they broke as hell. And even the ones who have a car, money, and a house, they made a poor choice when they pick that man to procreate with. Because she's the one that's always complaining. Again, the kids will hate you. They'll make accusations against you like abuse or rape because they don't like you, especially the girls. This is why I always say when you're dealing with these mothers, you meet that mother in a hotel. If you look at these rules I'm talking about, they're all going to connect. There are plenty of women here in the world. You don't have to go out with somebody that has kids. A lot of these single mothers and some of these divorcees and widowies and grandmamas, they have too much baggage. You don't need a female who has baggage. Because not only do they have kids, they come from ancient families or nosy families. That's excess baggage. When women have a lot of baggage, you get the hell out of there ASAP. Entitled attitude. Well, when it comes to single mothers, because I will say this about the divorced mothers and the widowed mothers, they did go through the process of getting married. Now, the grandmama, she may have gone through the process of getting married, but she may have also been one of these single mothers. But this is what I have to say about the single mothers, though. She always thinks because she has a baby out of wedlock or she had a baby out of wedlock that the world owes her everything. She thinks that she's the only one who deserves the best, even when she ain't shit. She's sitting on a system, collecting food stamps, child support. In her eyes, she still thinks she's the queen. That's why you don't call a woman a queen. And these simps are doing it. And these mothers are getting their egos built, and they think every man that they run into is supposed to treat them the way the simp is treat them. No. In their deluded or their distorted vision of the world, men are supposed to still take care of her, take her to fine restaurants, and buy her lots of expensive stuff. And not only her kids. You ever heard these mothers say, well, you got to accept my kids? Bullshit. You don't accept anything you didn't make. If you weren't there and you put that seed in her, it's not your job to take care of her bastard kids. It is her job. You let her deal with that. You keep it moving. But again, if you fuck her, you play at your own risk. Because that's what she's looking for. She's looking for you to drop a little seed in her so she can get a piece of your money. And that money will not only go to the kid you made with her, but the other kids that these other dudes aren't paying for. Again, some of these women out here with these kids have a distorted self-image. They still think they are sexy, though there are some sexy single mothers out there, although there's some single mothers who have a great body. In fact, some of these single mothers out here are getting men. Why? Because you have a number of men who are simps. Again, with men have a very low opinion of themselves, low self-esteem. Particularly black men, they've always felt like they couldn't do better, when that is farthest from the truth. And black men happen to be some of the most thirsty men, followed by the Hispanic men. And the Hispanic men I'm talking about maybe your Puerto Rican men or your Dominican men, because guess what? In the bigger cities, their neighborhoods are backed up where? Against the black community. You have a number of these single mothers out there who have a bunch of attitude, tattoos, very disrespectful, and I guarantee you they have more than one child, and they're hanging out at the club. What are they looking for? Men. Men not to love them, but men to take care of them. She thinks that men in the club is still supposed to buy her drinks. But there are a number of simps or thirsty dudes who are going to do just that. What that does, guys, you fill her head with a bunch of your bullshit. Her ego is now in the stratosphere. She thinks she is a god, but she's not a god. And you got to stop calling her a god. When I tell you that a number of these mothers out there waste your time, believe it. Because if you date one of these single mothers or divorcees or any mother, their allegiance is never going to be to you. In fact, they're going to always tell you that men come and go. Well, that's just a cop-out. Why is it a cop-out? Because these mothers are delusional. Now, like I said, all mothers aren't bad, but I am laying out the case that women with children are very narcissistic. They're children themselves. They try to keep up with what's going on with their children's trend. Because some of these moms are out here trying to get the same guys that their children are dating. Because these moms really want to be children again. These moms never grew up. Case in point, you look at every community. You see it, the mothers and the daughters always hanging out. Instead of being mother and daughter, they sound like two cackling hens. At the end of the day, when you see that behavior, you're going to find out that the children are going to be disrespectful. And why? Because the mom allows the children to talk to her any way they want to. And if she allows her children to disrespect her, what do you think those children are going to do to you? Also, discipline. She wants you to accept her children, but when it comes to discipline, she's going to say, no, they're my children. Well, that's an oxymoron or contradiction. Use that word. Contradiction is much better. On one hand, she wants you to accept the children, but on the other hand, she doesn't want you to discipline her children. And that's usually why? Because she wants it both ways. You're only supposed to be there to support her financially. That's what she wants from you. You're supposed to take care of her needs. She doesn't have to do anything for you. That's why you get a number of these women out here who have nothing, and they want men who have more than what they have. That's a selfish attitude. She's always a victim. She never takes responsibility for her actions. She talks about how bad the baby's dad is. And again, if you say your baby's dad ain't shit, you ain't shit. You fucked him, and you let him nut up in you and have your baby. It is not his fault. And guys, stop listening to all these single moms with their hoopla. It is not your job to take care of their kids. It's not your job to be a counselor to these single mothers. It's not even your job to listen to what they have to say. Remember, your time is valuable. If she doesn't value your time, okay, you can smash her, but make sure you do it with care. But at the end of the day, you make up your mind and you go be with a woman who wants to be with you. Okay? Drama queen. Some of these single moms always bring drama. Women in general bring drama. Again, she's always talking about her problems. And when she constantly talks about her problems, you have to remind yourself that you're not the first guy she's done this to. There's never a good day in her life because there's always some new crisis that she conjured up or she hasn't solved her current problem. So again, she could make up stories, or she has problems going on in her life that she has not fixed. That's an unstable person. You don't want that in your life. And she can use that as a manipulative tactic because she has no interest in the man that she's dating. And in a number of cases, she's trying to make the baby daddy jealous. A number of these single mothers try to get in church. But remember, they're not loyal. Christian women aren't loyal, most of them. She tries to be deceptive. At the end of the day, she ends up lying. And why does she lie? Because it's how she gets what she wants. It's how she takes care of her kids. It's how she survives in the world. A number of single mothers and mothers who have children, they're still raising children, lie all the time. And on top of the lies they tell to others, they lie to themselves. They tell themselves about how beautiful they are. They try to tell themselves, oh, I'm still a good catch. They lie telling themselves that they have a chance to be with a good man. In fact, a number of women with children believe that God is going to bring them a man with no children. They always have this, well, I don't want to date a man with children, but they have children. They tell themselves that their lives will be happy one day. So in other words, their mindset is of being unstable, they're selfish or narcissistic, petulant children, and they're delusional. And of course, they're not loyal to you as a man, so they're not loyal to themselves. Again, number of moms or women who are raising children, it's like going through a minefield. It's one issue after another. Very nauseating. And when I do these videos on mental disorders, single mother is one that can lead you into stress and anxiety issues and depression. Again, guys, I'm not saying that all mothers are bad. And ladies, I'm not saying that all mothers are bad. But what I'm telling you is that you have a number of women out here who have children who were negligent themselves. They tend to blame men for all of their mistakes in life. And they expect a new man to come to fix their mistakes. Well, what happened was they wanted Pookie and Ray Ray and Junebug and Skillet and Billy Joe. They didn't want the Peters, the Erics, and the Michaels. Why? Because the Peters, Erics, and Michaels were, in their eyes, lame and square. But the Peters, Erics, and Michaels took the time to try to enhance their lives. And once the Peters, Michaels, and Erics got their lives together, well, the single moms' lives, they've been going from dick to dick to dick to dick. And what has happened, they end up having men drop seeds into her, and she has a bunch of kids. She's on a system. Yes, she may have an education, a job. She may be utilizing Christianity to make her feel good, but at the end of the day, she's still a lonely woman because a man is only going to sleep in her bed temporarily because she is got more issues than high debt. And what I mean by that, well, she does have high debt usually as well. But I'm using the high debt as a colloquial or a sarcastic term. She's got more issues than a little bit. And if you get involved with her, her issues will become your issues. Because then she's going to try to shame you. And when she does that, she's going to turn you into a simp. So guys, this is why you got to know your worth. Don't date these women. I don't care how much money they have. I don't care how much education they have. I don't care if they've been married, widowed, divorced, grandmama. At the end of the day, it's your life. You don't allow a woman to dictate what you need to do for yourself. Because if you date these types of women, they're going to make your lives miserable. You end up paying for children that aren't yours. Or if you get her knocked up and you find another woman and you don't want her, she's going to make your life much more worse than it is now because she wants your child thinking that she can keep you. That's the tricks that they play. So at the end of the day, follow these rules, guys. Be smart. Now you can smash and dash these mothers, but do it at your own risk. Protect yourself. And remember, if she tells you to protect yourself, you tell her to protect herself. Because remember, women have more birth control options than we do. And don't be fooled. If she doesn't use birth control, she's already telling you she wants to get pregnant and she will keep the baby. Don't listen to what she says. Look at what she does. Because guys, at the end of the day, when you date any woman, remember, the system is against you. So be smart. Don't date any women with children. And that's my commentary for this edition of the 411 Talk Zone radio show for this afternoon, Friday, August 8th, 2017. You can tune in to the 411 Talk Zone radio show every Saturday from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. on Blog Talk Radio. Guest call-in number is 215-383-5785. If you like my videos, please share and subscribe to the 411 Talk Zone radio show right here on YouTube so I can continue to give you quality information for educational purposes from a professional and mature perspective. Now on this channel, I don't engage in debates, controversial issues, or emotional issues, nor do I participate in drama and or unnecessary bickering. Why? Because it's counterproductive. What I do on my channel is teach. Because if you don't have the information, the real world is going to be a challenge. And you'll be stuck in situations where you're dating the low-hanging fruit like a number of these single mothers out here. So guys, take heed to what I'm saying in this video. Be smart with your dicks. Because this information that I'm giving you is realistic and positive. And with knowledge, yeah, you have power. Also, if you have a business, a topic, or a new YouTube channel that you would like for me to discuss on YouTube or Blog Talk Radio, please email me at lej6521@gmail.com. And if you have a comment, please leave your comment in the comment section under the video. But make sure that your comments are pithy. No bloviating, pettifogging, or filibustering, if you wish to opine. Now that's it for this video. Till next time, my name is Leon Jones. Remember, please be gentle and respectful to each other, and have a wonderful and blessed day.